So now we are going to create a custom calendar table in Power Query that we can actually use to actually analyze our data to see what is going on in every single month or on a monthly basis, weekly, quarterly, and all of that. So how do we create this particular calendar table? It's very easy. Already we have a calendar lookup table right here. We're going to import this and actually modify it. And I'm going to show you on that way to create a dynamic calendar table. Let's get on it. So first of all, we just have to make sure we go right here and we choose from folder. I'm going to go CSV. And here we have calendar lookup. Double click it. So before you do this, make sure you have actually done your settings just like what I've shown you in the previous video. If you've not watched that video, you might have an error right here. Please, you have to do it. Or else you'll be like, it's not working for me. It's going to work for everybody. So now we can click on transform data. Right, here we have it. We just have this particular one column calendar table, whatever. So what do we do with this? We can actually add columns. That is where we have to know the difference between transform and add columns. So we're going to explore more in transform and in add columns. So let us start. So what we need to do now is to see how we can extract the day from this particular column right here. So make sure you click on add column. And if you come right here, you can see where we have from date and time. So this is what we're going to use. So if we go to transform again, we are going to see the same thing right on transform. What the one we have on transform does is to override the existing column for you. And this one, we extract something from here and create a new column for you. It doesn't override the existing column. Note that. Right, let's go. So now we want to extract the day. So once you come right here right now, you can see where it says day. And if I click on day right now, it extracts all the days we have right here, which is from 1 to 31. So we take it down. Can you see it now? That is the day of the month. So the next thing now, if we want to extract we want to extract the day name. This should be weekday, not day name, but what we have right now is day name. So we can always rename this one to weekday. Weekday. I'm going to create this into two. I want to say weekday short or long. Let us use this one as long. So now I want to create another one that is called weekday short. So what I need to do right now is to actually have this one clicked on, and I'm going to come here under add column, and you see where it says extract. So once you click on extract, it can actually help you to extract from the existing column. What I want to extract is the first characters. I want to actually extract the first 3 characters from here. It's going to be 3. And I click on OK. I have the short format. I'm going to say weekday short. So weekday short right here. So you can choose the one you want to use, maybe the long weekday or the short weekday. So this is exactly what it is. So remember, the purpose of the reason we're doing this is just for me to show you how to use most of those things we have right here. And you can use them to advantage based on what kind of project you have. But practice with this for you to master this tool before you can actually think like somebody who want to use this like a pro. All right, now we're back right here. We've just created this. Let us see how we can actually add month. First of all, we want to add month number. That gives us January down to December from 1 to 12. That is what we have right here from 1 to 12. So we are seeing all January. If I scroll a bit down, you can see we're having more months, right? So we click back right here. And the next one again is for we to click on month. And this time around, we want to get the month name. And we have the month name. Okay, fine. What I want to do now is to override this and actually create a short month from this particular one right here. So we don't have to use the add column. Instead, we are going to use transform. Under transform, we're going to still go into this extract again. So you see extract is actually on transform and it's on add column, but they do different thing. Similar thing, but in a different way, whatever. So if I click on extract, you can say from first character, just like before, 3 extract the 3 characters for me. And what you have is this particular column being override by transform. So now we have the short form of January down to December right here, which is better. This is exactly what you can do to have this created. So I just want to add one more thing for me to be able to actually create weekday and weekend. And that is going to be going to add column and click right here. And I'm going to click on weekday, and weekday of week of the month. It's going to be week of the month. Okay, day of the week. So sorry, we're going to click on day. So day of the week. So with day of the week, I can just manually move it right here to be closer to this one right here now. So you can see Saturday, which is weekend, is actually 6. Sunday, which is weekend as well, is actually 0. So which means we have to add a new column that will tell if any of our date is weekend or weekday. So now let's go ahead and do that. So you have to be in add column. And this time around, we're going to add a conditional column. This is where I'm going to show you how to add a conditional column. For the first time, we are seeing how to add a conditional column. Beautiful. So I'm going to click on add conditional column. And from here, you have this, up for you. So make sure you're seeing this top right here, because this is where we have to play with what we have in our columns. So I'm going to name this one weekend. So now we can check a column. I'm going to say if this particular day of week, which is this particular column right here, is equal to 0. So let's check it out. 0 is Sunday, and Sunday in my country is actually weekend. So give me a weekend. And again, we're going to add another clause. If day of week is equals to 6. So still give me weekend, because Saturday is actually weekend in my country. In your country, Friday and Thursday might be weekend. So you have to specify that. Don't just say because I said Saturday and Sunday is weekend in my country. And if your country doesn't observe Saturday and Sunday as weekend, you don't have to choose that. Choose what is peculiar to your country. That is what you need to do. Okay, now we're done with this. The next thing we do now is this. If you go through this and you find 0, just tell me it's weekend. If you find 6, tell me it's weekend. Other than this, just specify this to be weekday, not weekend, it's weekday. So go ahead and click on your, okay, what are we seeing? So I'm going to move this closer to this one right here. So go ahead and convert this into text. So now if I open it up right now, we have weekday and weekend. So let's see what is 0 is weekend, 6 is weekend, 5 is weekday, 4 is weekday, 3 is weekday, 1 is weekday, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you see that? We've just learned how to use the conditional column right here. Okay, there is one more thing I want to show you how to use. That is going to be we joining our month with our year, right? All right, how do we do that? So all I need to do right now is just for me to, I think we don't have the year yet. I want to add year, right? So add column. I'm going to add year. So here we go. We have a year being added for us. Now, let's see how to use this particular part of it. So we can actually want to join this particular two together, January 2020, and all of that. So we can highlight this and either we override this or we create a new column. Let's just actually override this by clicking on merge query. Sorry, not merge query, merge column. And I just want to use it. I just want to go ahead and use, space. I'm going to use custom. Can specify what I want to be there. Let's say we're going to have to use dash. And if I do this right now, and I scroll to this end, you can see January 2022. If I open it up right now, you can see we have a lot going on. So down to September, and you can load more and see more. So now we have it right here. This is beautiful. So the next thing we can do now is to make sure we don't do it this way. we can follow another way to do this. I can go ahead and have this removed. We don't have that any longer. So I want to select these two together at the same time. So go to add column and you can see column from example right here. So choose from selection. So you might want to do something different, a bit different than what I've just done now. So now here, if I place my cursor, so I can just type in here month of, so space. Now I'm going to type in Jan for January, space, in year 2020. And if I hit my enter right now, let's see what we have. Click on OK. Let's see. Can you see that? Month of January in year 2022. And if I actually go ahead and scroll all the way down and load more, and we just take this down, now you can see what we have. I'm just showing you some example of what you can do with this particular tool. Not necessarily that we're going to use this in our analysis, in our report, in our dashboard creation. No, but I just want to show you how flexible this tool is. Can you see that? So we've just actually used this particular one right now. We've used this, we've used this, we've used this, we've used this, we've used a lot of, this part of tool. You might like, what the heck are you doing? But for sure, I know in your career, it's going to help you a lot. Can you see this right now? So actually, we don't need this. I'm going to take it out because I don't want to use this in my analysis. I don't want to actually, crank up my, file size. So I just want to leave it to what I need. So we're done with this. This is how to create, this kind of date table. So this date table we have right here right now is not actually dynamic. It's static. So this date table is limited to the year 2022 right here. So once we have new data 2023 coming up right now, we would have to go to Excel and update this before it can pick it up. That is where we're going to have to see how we can actually create another one called rolling calendar. Which one is called rolling calendar? Can you tell us, please? Yeah, that one will definitely update automatically based on the time you have your computer set into. So currently we are in 2023 and the month is February. So if we create this, it's going to actually stop at the month of February. Let's do that in action.